Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm Jennifer. This is Michael. We are here to celebrate in music today. Welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. Let's open up our hearts in sweet surrender. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, let's just put our hands on our heart for a minute and just come in with sweet surrender to this luminous love light of the One right here within our hearts. Oh, I love you, beloved I Am Presence, the I Am that I am. I give thanks for this day. Oh, and now let's just open our hearts to each other. I love you and I bless you. Your path is made clear.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to be here doing the affirmation of the day. So I'll say it and you can say it along with me. And I think we're probably going to do it twice because I think this is a really wonderful affirmation for this time. So let's start. I trust and allow the divine wisdom within me to guide my decisions and to light my path. I follow its lead. All right, let's do it again. I trust and allow the divine wisdom within me to guide my decisions and to light my path. I follow its lead. Oh, why don't we just take that in for a moment? I read this before I started filming today, and I thought, wow, for me, this is wonderful affirmation at this time. It just seems really important. Just taking that in is a good thing. So now I'm going to do the honoring of the faiths. Truly my honor to be able to do this. My name is Susan Elizabeth Espinosa, and I'm a prayer practitioner in training at the Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play. A world that works for everyone. I love that. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism as a path of law. We honor Taoism as a path of recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the oneness of all religion. We honor New Thought as a path of healing and the power of the mind. We honor you and what brought you here today. We're going to go into prayer next. I invite you to take a deep breath in and a deep breath exhalating and just coming fully present to this moment now. If you feel like you'd like to go ahead and close your eyes, please do so. But wherever you are, just really connect into this moment. If you're here live, we're doing it live right now. If you're watching it later, that's your moment now. And all our moments are connected together. I take such solace in knowing that with each breath, we are always connected to one another. No matter what time or where we are always one, and we are always connected through the love in our hearts and through our breath. So let's just take that breath in together. Exhale. I know that there is only one thing happening right here, right now, and that is God. God is present in every moment, in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every thought. God is truly the only thing happening that has ever been happening and ever will. And I am just so very deeply grateful to know that I am one. I am one with God. I am one with the Creator. I am one with Divine Mind. And truly, every part of my body knows this to be true. Every part of my soul, my heart, and my mind knows this to be true. And I can stand so solidly in this knowing that I can speak this word of goodness and blessing on behalf of you and on behalf of the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I bless the message that Reverend Kristen is inspired to share with us. She speaks truth, she speaks beauty into her words, and she shares her heart with us. Yes, I speak blessings into each and every one of you, into your life, into your finances, into your health, into your heart. You know, I know, we know that we are divinely connected always and in all ways. I bless our beautiful Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. What a beautiful home we have, and what a beautiful time it is to be together on this Sunday morning, sharing our time, listening to the music, the blessed music that comes from Jennifer and Michael. It is so wonderful to hear how they share their hearts and their talents with us. I even bless this technology that allows us to come together at this time and into the future. And I bless this time together with you. And I speak this right into the law because all these things are good, and the law says yes, yes, right back to us for all the good. God is my good, and my good is my God. And I release this prayer right into the universe. And will you say together with me, and so it is. Blessings, everyone. Amen. Have a beautiful day.
Open my heart, open my mind.
morning. I'm Reverend Kristen, and I am the spiritual director here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And thank you so much for joining us. I also want to thank Michael and Jennifer for such beautiful music. I appreciate you. I see you and I honor you. Thank you. We see you. We love you. We honor you. Thank you. So this whole month of May, we've been talking about our theme of Listen to Your Heart. And today's talk title is The Path Made Clear. And it's been interesting. We've been going through a major transition at our spiritual center. And so today in meditation, after meditation, very inspired and feeling good. And I have these cards on my desk, and I picked one. And they're called Wisdom Cards, and they're done by Dr. Kathy Ann Lewis. You can, if you're interested, you can go out there and find them. She also did all the beautiful art. But this is what this card says today. When you follow your intuition, you cannot be deceived. However, when you follow your vanity, fears, or prejudices, your good judgment is lost. And I went, wow. How perfect this fits into this talk this morning, because we all know that when we have a vision and it's clear, the decision or the path is made easy. When we're not sure where we're going or how we're going to do it, or we get our fears or our judgments in the way, it makes the road tough to navigate, or a little more difficult to navigate. So we all believe in only one thing. There's only one thing, and that thing is God or spirit. And that divine wisdom lives inside of us as well. And we get inspiration and guidance from within. The key here is we need to engage with it, and we need to be open with it. So I'm going to use the example of our spiritual center. So a few years ago, we decided that we, as a congregation, voted to sell our spiritual center. We've since been there now a year and a half, renting back, and it's been good. And then we're in this pandemic time, and we are no longer meeting. We're no longer meeting at the center physically. There are people not gathering there to rent our building, etc. So our expenses have remained the same, but our income has decreased. So, and it's a pretty big gap, actually, pretty large gap, big enough to say, let's go within, let's go in as the core council, let's go into as the team. But first it started with me. And with this card this morning, I'm going to be really honest. For years I've been saying I don't want to do church in a box. And in a box, church means your physical place where you meet. You bring that stuff to set up on Sunday. So whether it's at a school or another church or a hotel meeting room, whatever it is, you set up before a church or service, have our interaction and our beautiful time together, gathering afterwards and sharing. And then we pack up and then bring it back the following Sunday. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but for some reason, who knows, I had it in my mind that that was not something that I wanted to do. Well, what has happened is, in this time, I personally got out of the way. And what is the highest and best for the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living? And how do we grow? How do we expand? How are we out there in the world? And then we're in this pandemic time, and we're forced in this virtual world where we're actually touching so many people's lives out there beyond the 9301012 zip code, that we're expanding. Congregants that have moved away in different states are now being able to join us as a congregation, as a group, to be spiritually fed and led together. So, in order to make the path clear, and I'm going to use the center as the example, but this is personal as well. In order to make it clear and the roads easier to navigate, we need to go within and listen to find the answer. And over my years in life of things going up and down and around, as I continue to practice the science of mind, I more and more and quicker to recognize that once the chaos starts, or once stuff starts spinning, which is also chaos, that if I step back and go within, I step back and I pray first and then go within, the answer's made clear. So Ernest Holmes, in Power for Good Lesson 10 on page 49, there is within ourselves the answer to every question and the solution to every problem. That Spirit makes the demand and will answer that demand from within. When we allow ourselves to wait for the mental storm to die down, be still and know it is the secret of guidance, as it is of every problem in life. A perturbed mind can never get the correct answer. A still mind always can, because the answer comes from the God within. That's beautiful. A perturbed mind. I haven't heard a perturbed mind, well, ever until I read this here. But to recognize that when I'm out of sync or not in balance, or there's chaos, to become still, be still and know. And know. So as the center, for example, so I said, you know, we're in this place and financially seeing the numbers, and for whatever reason, that this has been what has propelled us. It's propelled us. This pandemic has propelled us into this virtual service, which we've also been, you know, holding back and not doing for, I don't know, the 11 years I've been at the center. And also the moving, you know, stepping out and making that decision that we were going to sell and move was huge. It took us almost 2 years to do, and the brilliant minds that came together and with love and passion, and we worked through all of it. And yet we're still there, unable, or thinking we're unable to take that step forward, that leap forward. So the second thing to make the path clear is to court or date the presence. And what that means is, think back when you ever went on a date, that the first date, most of the time, very high level, getting to know, high level, who this person is about, what they're about. If there's anything that connects, that gets you excited, that, hey, I would like to gather and get to know you better. But courting the presence, so sitting with the divine that's within you. And I keep talking about the sitting or the walking, but getting to know the beautiful presence, getting to know the magnificence of who you are. It is like being washed over with golden warm liquid, that the beauty, that it is so precious. It is just precious molten gold running over you. That's what it feels like. The being home as you've never been home before, and that home within. You can't be apart from it. You are it. You are it. I am it. Of being able to take a deep breath in and recognize who I am, who you are, and then sit with that love and court with it. That was like Ernest Holmes' word in the day. Date it, dance with it, have conversations with it, sit with it in the beauty. And lastly, have faith in the law. We know that divine right action is always happening. It's happening. So Ernest Holmes, actually, not Ernest Holmes. So have faith in the law. The law is, the law's always there. Spirit is always for you and not against you. That it is there. That once you connect, once you recognize how powerful and beautiful and amazing you are, that all of those things bring such beautiful gifts to the world, and that gift is you. I welcome you to stand up as I am a gift to the world and be that presence, be that beauty. Use it in your voice, use it in your dance, use it in however creatively you express. And so Ernest Holmes in Philosophy of Jesus, page 25. We have direct access to an intelligence that can guide us, a force or energy or spiritual something that can heal us. The law of mind that we can use. Ernest Holmes. So if we court it, it's here. We don't have to wait for Amazon 120-day shipping now. Everything is slowed down, and it's a time for us to really get to know, to get to really be with the beauty who we are. Because every time you get to know yourself a little bit more and more and more, and let go of stuff that doesn't serve you. So my letting go of whatever my judgment was about doing church in a box. And actually I can tell you what my judgment is I didn't want to be hauling stuff back and forth every week. But the reality is that's not my choice. That's the best right now for our center. We can't physically meet. So for us to step out, we are stepping out with faith, knowing that our path has been made clear, that everything has guided us to this point. All the history before and all the good and all the stuff that didn't feel comfortable has all guided us to this moment. So when we focus our attention on the positive changes that we want to make, when we empower that we can co-create our life or co-create what's best for our center, and let go of what we don't want, and know that we are one with Spirit, we're one with God, and that's all there is. And that the law, it's for us. So as we step out on faith, we know that we're provided for. And it's not faith, my faith is strong. I know your faith is strong. And there's also scientific evidence underneath it as well. So we are doing our spiritual work. We're doing our mental work, and making plans. But the plans for example, for the center, are short term. Right now we have a year plan, and I can jump out, or we can jump out past that and hold the vision. But our vision for the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living is we believe in a world that works for everyone. And in that, we teach the principles of science of mind. We teach and we give people the opportunity to heal their lives and be the biggest and best human they can possibly be. That's what we do, because we are constantly working on lifting that vibration of consciousness in this world. So that everybody has the same rights, everybody has the same ability to healthcare, whatever it is, but that we all recognize each other as a divine being, however that happens. So the last thing that I want to bring up is when we are going to open, when are we going to come back together as a group and be able to sit in a room, social distancing or whatever it's going to look like. And I just want, from my heart to your heart, as much as I would love to be in the same place with you this morning, in a room together, the reality is at this point, it is not safe to. So we at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Guidelines, we at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, with myself and the core council, has been using the guidelines, the CDC guidelines of what it takes or what it's going to take to safely open again. And we are watching the numbers of new cases, etc. So know that I want to make sure that when we gather again in a room, that everyone is safe, because I honor you, I see you, and I only want the best for each and every one of us. Thanks for joining. I just adore you. Okay, so join me in prayer if you would. If you'd put your feet on the floor or your kick back in the recliner, just get comfortable. No rules here, just be comfortable. Be comfortable in the skin that you're in and where you are currently planted. And join me in prayer. So right here and right now, I recognize that there is only one thing happening here. There's only one. And that one, today I'm going to call God. And I know God is love. God is love in action. God is beauty. God is the highest divine intelligence that we are. We have it within us, that we can connect and listen within and get divine guidance. That I know that when I open my ears and I open my heart and I release the judgment or the fear or my vanity, and I truly listen, that the divine gives back to me what I need to hear. What is the next step? It's already there waiting for us to just tap into. So I get out of my way. I get out of my own way to let that beauty, that force, that golden elixir flow through me, as me. And I recognize that the basis of everything is love. Love, love, love. So I take a date, I take a walk with the divine presence that's within me. I'm on this journey with that presence 24/7. That's what leads me, that's what guides me, that's what pushes me into my next highest and best. So I simply have faith because I know that my path is set before me. That my path, when there are obstacles and big boulders in the road, and it seems like it is so hard to get through. Well, the only way to the destination, the only way to there is going through. So I step back, I take a deep breath, I say a prayer, and then I recognize that obstacle that I can move through. And I get to the other side, feeling more confident, more guided by spirit, more love, more balance, and that I continue to walk on this journey and learn about myself and learn about this, what is mine to do in this world. And I do it. And I do it with beauty and I do it with grace. And I do it for that God within me, that love that is churning within me is what feeds me. For I know what I've come here to do. So all these truths that I've spoken, all the steps and the motion to make a path clear, I simply release these words into the universe, knowing that the law only says yes, and that everything that has been spoken, God has already said yes. I simply lay these words or surrender these words on the altar. And as Ernest Holmes would say, I treat and then I move my feet. So I just let it go, let it be, for it is already done. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
This song is a deep meditation, adoring the presence within. Om Namah Shivaya. us in sending our love. Let's just send our love to anyone we might be missing this morning. I'm sending my love to you. I miss you. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Reverend Kristen, for that beautiful message, and thank you, Susan, for supporting us in prayer. And I just want to remind you, something wonderful is happening through you right now, every moment. So let's celebrate that together. You ready, Michael?
I'm ready.
Here we go.